Good afternoon and welcome to the Balance of Life. I am Pastor Angel Ferguson and I thank you so very much for joining us today. This is the day that the Lord has made and we will rejoice and be glad in it. I am so excited for each and every one of you and what we're going to share with you on today as we are tuned in here via our radio broadcast as well as Wisdom app. Our topic for today is There is More. That's right, there is more in store for you, but you have to believe it and you have to receive that within yourself. You have to know without a shadow of a doubt that there is more in store for you. There is a purpose and there is a divine plan, and it is all for you. Uh, One thing that we must keep in our perspective is this. I can never say enough. Whatever you want out of life, you have to go and get it. You have to pursue it with everything that is within you. If it is meant for you, it will happen. Oftentimes, we quote and we say, what God has for me is for me. And that is so very, very true. But if we do not know what He has in store for us, then how in reality can we obtain it? And also, number two, if we do not go after what He has for us, once you come into the knowledge of what God has for you, and He's not going to share everything all at once, because the truth of the matter is a lot of us will mess up some stuff. If we knew all that God had in store for us, we would get it and we would abuse it and we would not know how to handle it. So He lets us know in part. But you and I have to go after it. So it is true. What God has for me, it is most definitely for me. The blessings that He has for me, the promises that He has made, they are in the Word of God. Yes, they absolutely are. But there are some specific things that are said to you and I. We have some purpose, goals, and dreams, and only you can go after your goal, and only you can obtain your dreams. So yes, it is true. What is for me, it is most definitely for me. But if I don't know what it is, if I don't have a plan to go after what it is, it just remains there. It remains sitting and it remains in a place, in a position of waiting on me to obtain it. Prime example. You work and you have earned a paycheck. But you have to go and pick up the paycheck from the office. That paycheck is going to sit there until you go and get it. No one's going to bring you the paycheck. Direct deposit is not an option. No, they're not going to mail it to you. It specifically said you must come and pick up your paycheck and you must sign for it. That is the same thing when it comes to your purpose, your goals, your dreams. They are there, but you have to go and get it. You can see it, you can hear it, and oh, you can taste it. The enthusiasm. You can have all of those emotions, but if you make no effort, if you do not get up out of your comfort zone, it will remain there. Visible only, obtained not. If you've just tuned in, you've tuned into the Balance of Life. I am Pastor Angel Ferguson, and I thank you for joining us today. I thank our listening audience, whether you are here with our radio podcast, if you have tuned in to iHeartRadio, Amazon, or Apple Podcasts, or even via our Wisdom app. I just want to come by today on this May the 26th, 2022, and tell you there is more in store for you. But you have to go and get it. No one, I mean absolutely no one, is going to come and drop anything in your lap. You have to show yourself approved and ready. Can you handle what's in store for you? So let's give another scenario. You have won a sweepstake. You have won the rights. You have won the opportunity to have your work published. First, you have to have a work to present so that they can select. Then, you have to prove that you wrote it. It's there. You won, but are you going to go and pick up your winnings? Are you there? A couple of months ago, I went to a musical, a gospel singing. Many nice gospel groups here in the New Jersey area and from surrounding areas. And they had raffle tickets. And I stayed almost until the end. Do you not know that they called my ticket after I left? I wasn't there to obtain the prize. I missed out because I left early. No one could get my winnings for me because I didn't leave my ticket with anybody else. I took my ticket with me. So the gift remained. Same thing when it comes to purpose, goals, and dreams. If you do not get it, if you do not stay long enough to obtain it, and when I say stay long enough to obtain it, I mean stay in the trenches with it. Don't throw in the towel so fast because you get frustrated or because you get sidetracked. Oh, there is more in store for you, but you must stay the course. You must stay focused. When times get hard and times get tough, don't throw in the towel. Take a step back. Breathe. Reevaluate your position. Get an understanding of the progress that you have made. Obtain eyes of an eagle and look over any mistakes, any errors before you move on. Get a clear view of where you are going so that you can move forward and progress. But it is all up to you. This week, we have been talking about the mindset, characteristics of change, the closed room. And on this Thursday, which is my Friday, I just want to tell you that yes, there is more in store for you. I want to take you now to a very, very familiar verse. For those of us who study, I want to take a look at Jeremiah, the 29th chapter. Oftentimes, we go immediately to quote the 11th verse without having an understanding of why this was said. And it reads as follows: For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. That is saying, guess what? There is more in store for you. Don't look at your current situation and think that this is it. Don't fulfill one goal and say, okay, I don't have anything else to fulfill. There is more for you. Where you are is not your ending. Some have passed the place of the beginning, and you are in the middle. Don't give up. I need you to pursue until the end. Find out what's really there. The reason why these words were spoken over in Jeremiah 29 and 11 is because the people of Israel, the children of Israel at that time, they did some things that were not pleasing unto their God, our God, my God. They were disobedient. They trusted in things that he did not want them to trust into. They put other things before him. They began to worship materialistic things of the land. But he forewarned them generations before. And he said that I will scatter you into a place of captivity, but that's not your end. That's not the ending that I want for you. I do not want you to be in a place of captivity. I do not want you to be in a place of burdens or poverty. I have great plans for you. There is more for you. So wherever you are, no matter what you may be going through, today, it is only 12:43 in the afternoon. All depends on where you are located. I am in New Jersey at the time. This is not your end. You might have had a frustrating morning. Let me tell you something. For the past few days, I have come upon obstacle upon obstacle upon obstacle. But I can't give up. I can't throw in the towel. Even today, just before I signed on, let me tell you something, that I am sitting in front of 3 monitors. And at the same time, there will seem to be a glitch with each one of them, which caused me to be a minute late. We air at 12:30. Now, if I didn't have maturity, if I didn't understand my assignment with you, I would have said, you know what? I can just air something that was previously done and not deal with this setback. But I have perseverance in me. I know that there was something that I needed to say to you to get you through the rest of the day and hopefully the rest of the week. Take one day at a time. That's all we can do. But I don't want you to give up, because you know what? I know it's so much in store for me. I believe that there is so much in store for you. But I have to go and get it. The dream world says somebody's going to come and do it for me. Someone's going to sit and edit the next book. Someone's going to do all of that for me. Guess what? They haven't shown up yet. There are some things that I have to do by myself. And so you know what? I heard these words. I'm a change agent. I want you to change the way you think. I can't change the way you live. I can encourage you to change the way you think. And when you change the way you think and your perspective and your outlook changes for the better, then you will begin to change the way that you live. Before I go any further, I want to say thank you for those who emailed in on yesterday and received something from the Balance of Life. I thank you for your support and tuning in, and we're not done yet. We're not done yet. We are a ministry that loves to give. There is no financial obligation. So yesterday we gave a few copies, print and digital, of our June magazine of Hope and Truth magazine. So I say thank you to those who emailed in, and we selected more than one person, but I did one selection personally, which was the first person who sent in a response. So what an honor. Thank you so very much. Stay tuned because we're going to do more giveaways even in the month of June. So today, what is your perspective? Do you know that there is more in store for you? A few months ago, I was sharing about some details of content that we had written, and I hadn't published the book yet. Believe it or not, I had the title and I had the ISBN number, but I had not published that book, and I'm going to be very honest and transparent here for those who follow me on The Balance of Life. I wrote this material back in 2019, and it is from our latest release, The Keys of Promises. Well, I was on the air and I was talking about components of this book, and it came back to me, you haven't published that book. I hadn't released it. It was still sitting in my pile of manuscripts. The content was there, but I had not completed the work. So I got busy. There are works inside of you that are just sitting. I gave you that example because, yes, I can be transparent. I am not perfect, and I do not cross every T or dot every I. I literally got busy. During that time, I was coming between New Jersey and Florida every 3 months, sometimes not even that short of a period of time. And I got busy. I got busy with life. I got busy with ministry. But I neglected some assignments, some things that I was instructed to do. And so when I was reminded that book was not published, I got busy. We got the book published. It's our latest release, The Keys of Promises. And you know what? I still have other work to do. Just this morning, last night after teaching Bible study, I was reminded once again that I have some projects on the table and they are just sitting. I have work to do because there is more work for me to do, just like there is more work for you to do. Do not give up your craft. That's why I'm telling you this. Whatever your craft is, don't throw in the table. Do you not know that what God has started in you, He is faithful to complete? He is faithful to finish. The good work that is started in you, it can be completed. I believe that, and I hope you do too. But if I don't get up and do any work, how will it get done? If I don't do what He tells me to do, then whose fault is it that it doesn't get done? If we tell our children to clean your room and then we'll go and do movies, or you can go off with your friends, all depends on the age group. We can go out to dinner, or you can have this treat, you can have this, you can have that. Okay, they have something to look forward to. That's the same way as a promise. That's the same components of your dream. You have your dream and you want to get to what you see. You have a vision, you want to get to what you see. You have goals set and you want to accomplish them. But there is something you must do to get to the finish line. There is something you must do to get to the finished product. You have a box and you need it folded. It's not going to fold itself. You need the box folded because you need things to put in it for storage or for shipping. Whatever you might need the box for, the box is not going to fold itself. Neither are the components going to get in the box by itself. There is something you must do. Put the box together. And then put the components in it. You have met your goal. You have accomplished what you needed to accomplish. So if you have gotten to a place, and we have all gotten to this place, it's a make or break season. Life has happened, and I'm not going to tell you that it will not continue to happen, because as long as we have breath in our bodies, life is going to happen. We're going to hit some bumps in the road. We're going to come across some winds that will literally knock the wind out of us. I said the wind, not life. Regroup. Reposition yourself. Take a rest. Renew your mind. And get back to work. What you have, I'm always going to tell you this. What you have, someone else needs. They need the work that's in you. They need the encouraging words that's within you. They need the care and the love that you put in to what you do. They need it. I'm not going to tell you that every day is sunshine, because it is not. But I will tell you that when you remember your why, when you remember why you got started, it will refresh you and it will renew you. And listen, tell those frustrating moments that they cannot have a place in your presence. Tell those times of stagnation that they are not welcome. Tell those moments that you want to throw in the towel that you have no entertainment for them. You are after to pursue something, and it's greater than you. So remember our words today. I know the thoughts and plans that I think towards you. I want you to receive everything that you're supposed to receive. I want you to go after what it is that you have a heart and a desire to do. So write it out. All depends on where you are. Some of you are well in advanced in pursuing your purpose, your goals, and your dreams. But we all need encouragement. Some are at the very beginning. And then there are some that are tired. And you're frustrated. And you have allowed negative thoughts to enter into your mind to say, I can't do this anymore. Maybe you just need to take a break. Take a day off. Breathe. Collect your thoughts. Here's something that I also like to share and I like to coach in this area. Whenever you keep reaching a point of distractions and you get sidetracked, it is time to find out the cycle of your distractions. You ever realize that you get at a certain point in your career, in your journey, and then something happens and it knocks you off track? Well, when that happens, if you would take the time to recognize at what point do you get distracted? How far in does the distraction come? And I'm going to give you an example of that so you can better understand. When I released my first book, I, during the height of my day, I I had a lot of stuff to do. I planned on when I got in from work, I would work on my first book. But do you not know I kept getting distractions? And so that was a delay. And then I recognized the distraction and I learned to work through the distraction. Then it seemed like every time I prepared to do a book signing, distractions would come. And I would put things off and I was so distracted. So one day I remember standing in the mirror and looking at myself and I said, what is this distraction? Because I kept getting to say point three and I would get distracted, which would knock me all the way back. And then I would work myself back up to point three and I would get distracted again. And then I would get knocked all the way back. But this particular time I said, something I am missing. And I learned to recognize my distractions, and I learned to recognize at what point did the distraction come. Once I learned that, then I could work through the distraction. I knew how to handle that particular distraction. So understand your cycles. Recognize distractions as they come. What are you doing and at what level are you doing it at that the distraction comes? If you are in the beginning and the distractions come, well, let me back up. Because once you begin to have a dream and a vision, a distraction enters automatically. Because there's something that does not want you to pursue what you see. So a distraction will come at the very beginning. Once you get over that hurdle and you begin to get a structure and an understanding and begin to plan out and work towards that purpose, goal, and dream, here comes another distraction because you've started that journey. And at any area, any pivotal points within that journey towards the finishing of that goal, distractions will come. We must recognize distractions, the cycle of them. And it helped me so much. On one particular time, when I was in the midst of planning a book signing, and just like other times, here comes a distraction. But I handled it differently. I asked, is this an emergency? And the response was no. And I said, okay, I can take a look at it when I am done with this. When I learned that principle, that type of distraction did not bother me ever again. Now, I'm not going to tell you that you're not going to have other kinds of distractions, but what I'm saying to you is I want you to learn the cycle of distractions because it will hinder what is in store for you. If you find that you can never complete an assignment, if you find that you are slowful with reaching your goals, it is because you have not understood how to recognize the distractions that hinder you. And before I end for today, I want to tell you there is something you can do. Learn how to be consistent, how to complete, and how to be committed to your purpose, goals, and dreams. The 3 consistencies is a formula that I love to use. If you would like a copy of the 3 C's, I can email you a copy. Just email us today at thebalanceoflife1@yahoo.com, and we will send you a copy of the 3 C's. I know that it is so much in store for you. I believe in the potential of you, and I want you to believe in the potential of yourself. We're going to sign off here of radio, but I'm going to give that information to you